number of years ago, I went to Allen Academy, and I have a friend that I went to that lives in West Columbia, Texas, and he's pretty well to do. He's done well for himself. And he bought a piece of land out there, and he had a guy working on his land, and he needed a piece of steel. And this man, handyman, said, well, I own some steel. I got a lot over there, a storage lot for what I need, and said, we'll just go over there and get steel. And Billy said, well, can I go with you? He said, sure. So get in the pickup truck, come on. So I went over a 5-acre field, big pecan trees. What do I say, big oaks. 4 huge oaks, but it's about 5 acres. Covered by junk, steel and everything. Billy's walking around where this guy's looking for a piece of steel to cut. And all of a sudden he walks up to a Texas historical marker. This is the home of Judge B. McKinstry, where Stephen F. Austin died in 1936, December 27, 1936. And Billy immediately asked him, how much do you want for this land? The guy said, it's not for sale. He said, anything's for sale. How much you want for it? Down in West Columbia, Texas, you know where it is. Billy paid $65,000 for that piece of land. And he cleaned it, cleared it up. He fenced it. And he found out where the slab was. And he decided we'd initiate a good program, which was called the Stephen F. Austin Tree Program. He was going to take acorns from these trees because he'd had them tested by Texas A&M University, and they said the trees were there when Stephen F. Austin passed away, and he would call them Stephen F. Austin oaks. His plan was to grow them up, to plant them on every schoolhouse lawn that was named Stephen F. Austin, named after Stephen F. Austin, and on every county courthouse square in the state of Texas. Now, folks, that's an undertaking. We got 600 acorns the first year. I want to tell you that since those 600 acorns came off of those trees, and we put them up at Texas A&M, those trees have not produced another acorn. They tell us at Texas Forestry Service that's not unusual. And so we started. The first tree was planted at George Bush Library. When we did that, Mrs. Bush asked that we plant 4 more trees on each corner of their burial lot up there at the library. That's where they're going to be buried. And so we did. Our next tree planting was at Wytheville, Virginia, right out of Austinville, Virginia. We flew a whole plane load of people over there, and we planted over at the Commonwealth of Virginia, and then we started planting trees all over the state of Texas. The Sons of the Republic of Texas did this. The Daughters of the Republic of Texas, the Daughters of American Revolution, you name it, we did it. It took us 8 years. I've probably driven more miles than any man in the world hauling trees. I'm just like Johnny Appleseed. But we've done it. We planted one in every courthouse square or where that county judge said to plant a tree. Every one we've done, every county. And tomorrow I take off again with another tree, and we're going to Harlingen, and we're going to plant it on the Marine Military Academy lawn there for their graduating class. We're going to have a graduate ceremony. They're going to have a parade for Billy and I. I feel proud of doing that for a true patriot of the state of or the Republic of Texas, Stephen F. Austin, which I don't think is given his just due in our history of this great state. And so it's been a long road, but we've still got people like Billy Price that puts the money up and understands the history. Hopefully tomorrow will be my last tree planting. I'm getting tired. Thank you very much.